Hey everyone. Just really quick that I was saying little things before I get to the actual review though. That's why on the next but after this I see my hair will be pulled up in a ponytail though. But I was recording. There's a few things that I forgot to mention with Flight of Fury though. After I'll recall mentioning it though, but once again it's directed by Michael Keusch, who directed the Task Force and Shadow Man. I'm like, geez, this guy, I don't know why he continued after he's been put through the ringer bicycle, hooked on painkillers and all that stuff, right? And this film just, like I said, the film didn't piss me, after seeing Task Force, this film didn't piss me off that much, but still, when they have to use stock footage, but I'm like, why I ever mention is Steven Seagal's like, he was like, why couldn't you use real planes and all that stuff though? And they just used, and that's why they used stock footage, because they didn't want to work with Seagal. So if anything else that I didn't mention in that part in the review after this, because I probably didn't forget to mention that part though, but Flight of Fury, I wasn't mad, but well, it still sucked anyway. But it didn't piss me off as much more as Task Force did. So. But anyway, but there's a couple things I didn't mention in this review, so that's why I was saying beforehand, So that's why but after this will be cut, that's my hair will be pulled up, That's why. But anyway, just without further ado, that's why I would mention. But thanks for watching. Well, this will be cut here, and now sticking right to the actual review of Flight of Fury. Enjoy. Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next movie review of the Steven Seagal movie marathon, After reviewing the atrocious film Task Force, I just thought, after seeing Task Force, I thought that'd be the end of it though, but the thing is though, I made a decision when I started the Steven Seagal movies. I felt maybe I was maybe not gonna review these movies as a marathon. I tried to get a couple, but you know what? The more I kept doing it, But you know what? I think it's high time the bill was past due. So I think that's why I'm decided to pay the bill and review pretty much all of Seagal's direct-to-video movies. But Task Force, jeez, I thought that was like almost the breaking point where I had to go just like, fuck this, I don't want to review anymore. Because that film just pisses me off, because that's like, that's another time though now. I reviewed it so you can check it out. But yeah, but continuing on, because, sometimes you guys say, some people say, I commend you for keep on going on with these movies, Well, yeah, I do even commend myself, because sometimes sometimes I almost want to lose my mind just watching how bad these movies are, And like I said before, I said this time and time again, pretty much in every video, it's sad how far Steven Seagal has fallen, From, like I said, from 88 to Above the Law, all the way up to 1997 with Fire Down Below. And then 2001 with Exit Wounds. This is how far he's gone now. But anyway, more on that though. But today, the next shitty one I'll be reviewing is Flight of Fury from 2007. Funny thing is, I did not mind this title though, Flight of Fury though. But thing is though, since now it's a part of Steven Seagal direct-to-video shitty movies, it's a waste of a good title. Flight of Fury. And again, another film where another Steven Seagal movie where they use freaking found footage, stock footage from other freaking movies. Pretty much a lot of the footage came from Black Thunder, from the 1990 film Black Thunder with Michael Keusch, I think it was the guy's name. They say it's pretty much like a remake of this because I think the writer of that movie, I guess must have saw how they used so much of the footage from his movie, And I guess they must put special things from the guy, because otherwise, it probably would, the makers of this movie probably would have got sued for using so much footage from that from his movie. Okay, so he's like, hey, you show so much footage from my movie, you know, you better put my name on this, otherwise I'm going to sue you. Yeah, just really quick. Yeah, the screenplay is credited exclusively to Seagal and frequent collaborator Joe Halplin. And the story is credited to Halplin. Many elements of Flight of Fury appear to be an unofficial remake of the 1990 film Black Thunder. So yeah, in the Black Thunder writer William C. Martell did not receive credit for his original screenplay, instead of receiving only a special thanks at the end of the credits. Yeah. Jeez. And also, on top of it, not only do they use footage from Black Thunder, but also towards the end of the movie, when they blow up a compound or whatever, they steal footage from freaking Iron Eagle. I'm like, jeez. I'm like, you steal footage from freaking Iron Eagle. I mean, it just shows how freaking, not only how far down these films have gone, but they got so freaking lazy. I mean, it was the one, they used footage, yeah, one of the other film that pisses me off so much. Today You Die. They steal footage from Undisputed, and they steal footage from, what was the one from freaking Vegas again? It was a film. It was a film with Peter Weller. God, now these films messed me so much that they left my freaking brain now. Oh, fudge. Fuck. Why do I keep on holding myself back? These films pisses me off. Why do I have to keep on holding myself back? You know. Fuck. There you go. It was the film with Peter Weller. They used the footage from, and then they used There's someone left me in the comments the footage. I forget what the footage they used from the freaking explosion at the end of that movie too, which was something called Code of Conduct. Thanks for that comment, whoever left it there. But yeah, when you steal footage from freaking Iron Eagle, I mean, because obviously you could tell, because this is a 2007 film, so you know that it's sort of a newer film, right? But it seems a bit off when that footage happens. It's a little more grainier because it's from a freaking 80s movie. So, because you're sitting there watching. Wait, how is that? What is that? It's like, that film suddenly looks a little bit grainier. You know, why is that? Is there something wrong with the film? No, because it was a film they used the footage from an '80s movie. That's why the film that scene looks a little more. The film looks a little more grainier than the current film they're making out of this. Jeez, crimey. It just shows how freaking lazy these people freaking are, you know. And Steven Seagal, because he's produced on all of his movies, and he's probably to blame on as well. And this is one of the lowest rating movies on IMDb. This is a 3.5 on IMDb. This is one of the lower ratings on IMDb from the Steven Seagal movies. But anyway, more Fury out of that. No, Fury, pun intended. Flight of Fury. Steven Seagal. He's an agent who is wrongfully imprisoned, and yeah, he works for the U.S. He works for the Air Force, and because the people there, they want to like mind wipe him, I think it was called. Well, they chemically want to mind wipe him because he has things. He has things in his head that's or knowledge in his head that people do not want him to have him share with the world, have it get out, right? So, and then there's this stealth bomber. What type is it called? A stealth bomber called the X-77, and it's like a new type of model of stealth bomber that can turn invisible. And there is a pilot who is testing it. It turns out to be a traitor. He steals it, so to give to other bad guys. And Steven Seagal has that if he he gets help to escape. He has some help to help him escape, and then but then he gets taken to Afghanistan, where there's a pilot friend of his, who's a friend of his, who's also a pilot, saying that, you know, if you can recover the stealth bomber, you'll be a free man. So basically, that's basically the gist of it. And but like I said, they steal freaking footage from freaking Black Thunder, and because that's the one the thing that was also dealing with a stealth bomber. But I'm like, if they steal footage from Iron Eagle at the end, I'm surprised they didn't want to steal footage from freaking Top Gun, you know? If they're gonna go like all these jets or stealth bombers or whatever, you know, if they steal footage freaking from Black Thunder or especially Iron Eagle, I'm surprised they haven't stolen any footage from freaking Top Gun. I'm like, well, because Top Gun is such a well-known movie, they probably would have got sued if they used footage from that movie, because Top Gun with Tom Cruise is a well-known movie. So they probably that's why they took Iron Eagle and stuff like that, because those are like to compare to Top Gun, those are like lesser movies. But I actually like Iron Eagle, you know, with Louis Gossett Jr. I like Iron Eagle. Black Thunder I haven't watched in a long time, but I know there's another one that was dealing with a helicopter. It's called Blue Thunder with Roy Scheider, which that's a film I enjoy. Blue Thunder. But anyway, with Steven Seagal, which maybe I can give. There's no problem. I can give some. Maybe I could say that probably this is one of probably a slightly above, which is not saying much, above Attack Force. I mean, when Steven Seagal does some fights, you know, it's him. You know, there's no obvious stunt double doing his fights. I mean, you get some decent kills. I mean, he takes a knife, he's slicing people in the necks, you know. He slices a few bad guys in the necks. Okay. And there's this big guy who he takes a pole, starts beating him in the head so much, you can see blood starts seeping through, like, his, where are those people from the Middle East? They wear those around their faces, you know. Not like those rag things, though, but, you know, from people from there, they wear those things around their faces, right? But you can see, like, blood seeping through because Steven Seagal, he's hit him in the head so many times, you know. Okay, decent. Although there is probably, I don't see no stunt double for Steven Seagal, but another sad thing is, once again, they've used bad ADR or bad dubbing, you know, for Steven Seagal. It's clearly not his voice. Great, another one with bad dubbing ADR. I mean, Attack Force, then there's Out of Reach, and then there was another one that had freaking bad dubbing as well. Like I said, I've watched so many of these movies, I forget how many. But I know Attack Force, and there was Out of Reach, bad dubbing, horrible. This is another example of just bad, horrible dubbing. But I put it slightly above Attack Force, yeah, because Attack Force pissed me off more, though, but having this put slightly above is not saying much. Still, it's still a piece of shit movie, still. Like I said, bad dubbing, a lot stock footage. Although, yes, like, you do get some decent Steven Seagal kills. I mean, at least they slice him some necks, he does a couple of karate chops, and, like, there's that big guy, you know, hit him so many times with a pole. Which is, like, this scene right here where he's holding the pole right here, so he's right there. Then there's this woman who was with him, I think it was, like, an ex-lover or something, I forget, though. And there's this female bad guy, I guess, which the good woman, you could say, seduces the woman. So you could probably say the bad guy woman, lesbian, okay, and see some titties, you know, basically. Oh, okay, cool, hey. Okay. But the good woman seduces the bad guy, the bad woman. And then let's do some more stock footage, and then you get some like there was the other one that what was the one that had to show the bad guys in the. It was one of the earlier Steven Seagal movies I did that it showed us like the bad guys that were sitting talking in this one room, right? And here which they never leave them. Here you get a lot of, like, same thing here. Let's say, like, some high-ranking officers in this command center talking and talking, and which we didn't need to see these guys. This was a waste. They did not need to be in this movie. You could have taken all those clips of those high-ranking officers talking in this command center. Would have made no difference. Could have cut all that out. It's like from one of those earlier movies where we saw bad guys talk in this one room and that was it. Here it's the same thing, but except it's these good guys are talking. These good commanders in this one room talking. If they cut it out, would have made no difference. And then they get to with Steven Seagal eventually made up with his friend, the co-pilot again, and kill some more bad guys, and then including the traitor, the traitor pilot, where they get the stealth bomb. I'm just going through because there's not much to talk about anyway. Because like I said, there's not much to talk about. They do get the stealth bomber, and while Steven Seagal's friend, the pilot, he gets shot by the traitor, and then the pilot, the traitor pilot is in another plane behind them, and Steven Seagal's friend informs him he's right behind you. I'm not gonna make it, and then he dies. And then they blow up the compound, which they said it's footage from freaking Iron Eagle, fucking Iron. Like I said, I don't know why I can't hold myself back. It's probably because I use that word so much. No, it's habit. Yeah, but Iron Eagle, they use that. I'm like, if they go that much, why didn't they steal footage from Top Gun? But they can't because they probably would have got sued because Top Gun is a much more higher respectable movie. So that's why they probably went with Iron Eagle. But like I said, you just watch that and the footage is so grainy because it's from the 80s compared to the footage you're watching in this movie. I'm like. And then eventually, the Steven Seagal and I forgot the good one, the ex-lover of Steven Seagal. She shoots the bad woman. Some good, decent, practical blood squibs. Nice, okay. And then Steven Seagal, the bad guy, gets blown up, and Steven Seagal, he is now a free man now. So. I don't know more I can say about this movie. It's just probably a little more quicker than the other ones, but the thing is, it's not much to say. I mean, stock footage, so much stock footage they steal from Iron Eagle, especially Black Thunder. And then at least there's still bad ADR dubbing that's not Steven Seagal's voice still. I mean, there was no stunt double for Steven Seagal. There was a lot of doing him on his own stuff, like slicing necks, karate chopping. Like I said, with being the guy with the pole, Okay, there's some decent practical blood stuff. Okay, at least I'll give it that though. Maybe it's some positive I could say why I put it slightly above Attack Force, but still. Here's like I said, is how far lazy these movies are where they have to steal footage from other movies. They can't just... Well, since these films are such low budget, they have no choice but to go the cheap route. I think that was a waste of a good title, Fly the Fury. I think that was, but... And also, I forgot to mention at the end of the movie when Steven Seagal, he's returning with the plane. He's like, Command Center or whatever, he has a code name. His name is Bad Mojo. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, so his code name is Bad Mojo. I'm like, yeah, Seagal. You are Bad Mojo. You're a Bad Mojo in all of your direct-to-video movies, except for a few, Like I said, Into the Sun, Urban Justice, I think Pistol Whip, I think. But overall, you're still a Bad Mojo in all your movies. You leave a Bad Mojo everywhere. I mean, you're pretty much responsible for all these movies, pretty much, because you're a producer on all these movies. But yeah, just... I'm not overall mad like I was with Attack Force, but the thing is, the film still sucks. It still does. man. But Attack Force could still kiss my ass. It's like pretty much one of the worst ever. But I'll say even Shadow Man was bad as well, and just so many. There's just so many, and I still have ways to go though. Like I said, I'm still going because I'm doing it for you guys, because I know you guys enjoy these rants, So, like I said, more rants, more fun rants for you guys, That's why I do these. Because, like I said before, I've been meaning to review these movies for a long time though, and also another thing, like I said, you guys probably want to hear more rants, so I'm still committed. I'm still keep on going, and there was a couple of times I almost lost my insanity here. I was about to go insane, especially when I saw it. Especially after Attack Force. But yeah, I'm still going because I kept my cool, and I'm still going. But overall, Flight of Fury. Like I said, probably a special thanks. Like I said to William C. Martell, right? They probably a special thanks. So probably because they probably would have gotten sued. People would have sued them for using footage from his movie of Black Thunder. But I should say unofficial remake, but it might as well be. It might as well be a remake of Black Thunder. And freaking and using Iron Eagle as well. Jeez. But yeah, that's Flight of Fury. Thanks. Like I said, overall, it still sucks. Some couple of decent things here and there, like I said, like decent fights, I would say, but that's not enough to save the movie. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next Steven Seagal film, and we'll see you next time. Later.